Name and where are you from?
Okay. Joey Cundari from Brampton, Ontario.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you first became an Elvis fan?
I was an Elvis fan since I was a little kid. My brother was a big Elvis fan, and he kind of got me into it, and then it just kind of went from there.
Well, how'd you go from being a fan to being a performer?
I went out to the Collingwood Elvis Festival one year up in Canada, where I'm from, and I saw what they were doing, and I thought to myself, you know what, I think I'd like to try that sometime. So I went and did a couple little shows, and then I started from there. I met the guys in that, and they kind of helped me along the way.
Now, do you just perform your own shows, or do you do the competitions as well?
I do the competitions as well. I've done competitions in the States here, and I've done competitions up north, up in Canada.
How do you prepare for something like that? It's got to be really nerve-wracking doing those.
Yeah, it is nerve-wracking, but you just got to take a deep breath, a few deep breaths, and then it's, if you can take some, time to yourself, before you go on and just kind of get into the zone away from everybody else, it helps out a lot.
Well, when you're on that stage in there, what's your goal? What do you want the audience to take from you?
I just want the audience to have a great time, maybe take them back, back to when, Elvis was alive, and just to try to keep the memory alive and the people happy, because if it wasn't for these people coming out and watching us, we wouldn't be here right now doing this interview. So.
True. Well, do you have a favorite era, and if so, which one and why?
My favorite era to do is the 1950s. So the early years, Elvis, from about 54 to 68. That's my favorite era to do. I enjoy them all, but that's the one that I do in competitions and things like that.
When you get back home, if somebody who doesn't know about all this was to come up to you and ask you about Elvis Week, what would you say?
I would tell them to come on down right away. I tell them this. I tell my friends, my family all the time. This is one of the best times of the summer for me. And if I could say one thing, I'd say, if you can, get on down here to Memphis, Tennessee during Elvis Week, because you will have a blast down here.
People, I know a lot of people. I've been filming the tent for almost 20 years. People do it and they don't get paid. But why do people keep coming back to do the tent, even though there's all these other shows you get paid?
You know what? I think it's just for the love of Elvis. And performing in Memphis, where he lived for many years. That feeling, it's like it's something that, you don't need money to do that. It's very easy to come here and perform for free for all these fans who have come all from other countries and things like that.
What's next for you after Elvis Week?
After Elvis Week, I go back to Canada, and I have a contest out in Tweed, Ontario, and then I have a bunch of shows up in September, and then I go back to school because I'm a school teacher.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Well, last two, would you say, hi, my name is, and welcome to Elvis Week 2018?
Hi, my name is Joey Cundari, and welcome to Elvis Week 2018.
And, I said that was the last one. There's one more after this one. This one is, would you say your name again, and you're watching Walking on the Boulevard?
Okay. My name is Joey Cundari, and you're watching Walking on the Boulevard.
And the real last one is, I've heard tons of different answers to this. I always like to ask everybody who's a performer, what is the difference between an ETA and an impersonator?
I think an ETA pays tribute to Elvis without actually dressing up the part. And I think an impersonator dresses up the part, acts out the part on stage, talks the part on stage, and things like that. But there really isn't too much of a difference, I don't think, between the two of them. It's a very fine line. It's a difficult question to answer.